Good afternoon, everyone. It is Saturday, November the 2nd, 2019. It is 12:38 p.m. Central Time. We are doing another test. This is test number 3 to ensure people are getting notifications. This is test number 3. While we are waiting to ensure everything is working, I will play this.
You probably had begun to think that this blackboard was never to serve a purpose. But when you get to a nice word like monothelitism, it's useful to have a blackboard. Monothelitism was the sort of last issue in the question of how the human and divine natures related to one another in Jesus. And the church had reached this consensus at Chalcedon 451 that Jesus was one person uniting in himself two full and complete natures, a complete divine nature and a complete human nature, so that he was fully human and fully divine. He wasn't half human and half divine. He's fully human and fully divine. And that did leave the church with tensions amongst some who thought to talk about two complete natures ran too much risk of leaving you with two persons in Jesus. And since that turmoil continued to trouble the church, a theologian, or several theologians, suggested that maybe a way forward would be to say Jesus has two natures, but he only has one will. Monothelitism is the teaching that Jesus has only one will. And the other position, of course, was dithelitism, or diathelitism, that Jesus has two wills. Now, this led to a fair amount of controversy that we don't have to rehearse in much detail, but the church came to the conclusion. I'd really like to poll you, which you think is the orthodox point of view, monothelitism or dithelitism. I do that at seminary. Seminarians almost always get it wrong, which is very distressing. But I try to correct them. Monothelitism was declared a heresy. And the reason it was declared a heresy is because the church concluded a will is an essential part of a nature. If Jesus didn't have a human will as well as a divine will, it would be very difficult to see him as truly and fully human. We know he has a divine will because he was the Logos from all eternity.
We are currently doing a test, playing some audio, doing a test, making sure everything is working right.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, November the 1st, 2019. It is currently 7:08 a.m. Central Time. Now, I know it's early in the morning, so maybe I shouldn't try to test everyone's memory, but I'm going to. Does anyone remember what I did a live broadcast about on October the 29th, 2019? Does anyone remember? Now, obviously, I can't hear you, so I'm going to assume that no one remembers. Okay, well, I mean, it was a few days ago, and I know you've got better things to remember than some live broadcast I did. So let me briefly remind you of what we talked about on October the 29th, and then let's advance that discussion, well, a little further this morning, because I found something that I thought was very interesting, and hopefully you'll find it to be interesting as well. Are you ready? On October the 29th, 2019, I picked up the very iPad that I'm holding in my hand, and I hit the Go Live button. And what did I talk about? Well, I pulled up an article from crosswalk.com. The name of that article was, "What Should Christians Know About Enneagram Types?" What should Christians know about Enneagram types? Now, the reason I found this article to be so interesting is when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute. What is an Enneagram type? And why, as a Christian, should I know something about it?
All right. I think this will conclude this test. We'll do an actual live broadcast coming up, hopefully sometime in the next hour or so. All right, everyone, have a great Saturday. Thank you for listening. God bless.